Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to another round one match here on the Parish with Stickupkidz versus Rekt by tonight, or actually not tonight. I think this is afternoon here. I'm being joined with Koala here.
Hello.
So Koala, what would you say about the Parish?
I love the Parish. Jules fresh crawfish. What's not to love? Delicious seafood.
I agree. It's one of my favorite maps. It's very bright. It just keeps me upbeat and such. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and quickly switch it over to the live game here because it looks like the teams are good to go here. They're already in their spawns. All right, I'm going to quickly give a roster rundown. So Team Stickupkidz here is going to be having Hiatus, Big C Center, and Sexy Phantom, while Rekt by here all the way from the country. It looks like somebody already's timed out here. We had a couple of those earlier, but let's hope that once the game actually starts, we won't get any more of those. But we have Crive. Some guy named Grizz. I'm not sure if that's possibly related to Grizz from Apollyon.
Could be GRZ.
And Feel. Or GRZ, yeah, that works too. We got a 22% Witch and a 74% Tank, so this Witch will be up ahead over here right next to the Fallen Down Semi-Truck. Gonna be a very easy crown if they don't get triple boomed or maybe even double boomed here at the beginning. If they get triple boomed or double boomed, they will probably be inconvenienced long enough for the SI to be able to get another set of SI for that Witch hit. Otherwise, we're probably going to see the, the survivors just rushing forward to that Witch and getting the crown, no?
Yeah, some interesting stuff here. We got some pretty high ping. Could be a lot worse, but for Team Rekt by, I do believe that they're from Russia. That's why they're having a little bit of a ping issue. Oh, here we go. We're live.
And the first hit consisting with 3-1 here with Charger and Boomer. Boomer's going to be coming from behind the air conditioning unit while the Smoker's trying to go for that pull on the side there. Charger tries to go for a charge on the ramp but gets stopped by the little lip there that I still forget to keep complaining to Jacob about, that little lip. It's very frustrating, but the attack does get shut down very, very quickly, and we see the survivors are now rushing forward, and they will be getting this crown without any kind of distraction whatsoever.
Super interesting. It looked like they went for the death charge there. Just
it's on Nick!
On the timing. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay, thank God.
And they managed to kill that Witch there. Oh, and we got a Boomer rocketing in here. Actually misses, but he ends up proxying onto 2 here. Jockey grabbing Nick in the back here. Charger forward. Hunter's pouncing around. It might be a soft quad, as you like to call it, Koala.
So sick. So sick. It was very close to being a soft quad. You could see just launching the attack, rocketing in, getting delicious separation on survivors here. This is going to be shaping up to be a very, very good game if they can keep attacking like that.
We see already Hiatus is slow, and he is making the decision to not take those pills, which is something you might see a lot of topper or higher, more experienced teams like to do because they want to save those pills for the tank because they know if they take the pills now, they will be bleeding all the way to the tank, which is at 74%. Mind you, we're still at 66. They got to get around this corner here. Next set of side look like they're good to go here, featuring a Boomer. If this Boomer lands right here, the tank will be able to automatically commit. Tank now picking up a rock, probably by mistake, and ends up throwing it at the wall. And here comes the Boomer. Great shutdown on that Boomer with the Charger and the Hunter coming in. Charger trying to get a separation charge where the Hunter is pouncing around, and the bot Smoker seems to have gotten shut down there fairly easily.
Really, really high-level team awareness here by Team Rekt by.
So, Koala, how would you say this tank should be played out?
Well, ideally, the basic concept here is that you want to get in a hit to distract the survivors enough so that you can get the tank over to the left on top of the building and make the crossover to the waterfront market sign, and then get on top of the roof to position himself to commit.
The tank is actually going straight in here. He's not going to be going for the crossing. He's going straight in with the Charger, Smoker, and Jockey. Charger and Smoker coming from the same rooftop. They're probably going to get it work together there with the Jockey going after the same person. It's all 3 SI after one survivor there, and a lot of damage onto Ellis.
Tank swiffing a little bit. I would have gotten out by now.
And he does manage to get the corner there onto Coach. They're getting hit in the back by Nick with that crowbar, and the tank does go down underneath the green tents. And you just saw a couple of whiffs there that really made the difference. Probably going to be ping related, but some of those punches look like they should have landed on my end, and I have really good ping to the server.
Yeah, he had a really good opportunity. The tank had a really good opportunity to finish that corner on Coach and get out because the hit was going to be down. But it looks like he just got juked a couple times and just decided to overcommit himself.
Fun little fact, those potted plants and any other potted plants in the rest of this map are actually kind of slidey-ish. It's kind of like running on ice. And you see a boomer coming out, shoved it around, and nicely dealt with there by Team Stickupkidz. And it looks like Coach is separate. He's going to be skeeting one of the hunters here. And the charger coming in, landing on Coach, but promptly cleared there by Nick.
Very nice spawn awareness locations, and I mean, this is very interesting. We're seeing Team Rekt using some very unconventional attacks, which would normally be considered a staggered hit, but it's the awareness and the individual decision-making by the players, creating a lot of good opportunities for high damage situations on these hits.
And we got a free spit coming out there. It's going to be delaying the survivors from getting into the safe room. Really good spread there, but the jockey does get a... I think he gets a scratch, but he gets shut down there promptly with just a little bit of spit damage going on to Big C as he walks into the spit, where Smoker just goes in, tries to go for a cloud, but just leaves a smoke cloud right in front of the doorway.
Great stuff by both teams here. Team Stickupkidz really is going to have their work cut out for them this match if Team Rekt continues to play like this on Survivor.
Hopefully that Team Rekt will have a much better time with their survivors here, because we just saw the first team making it here with just a measly 156 bonus. That's very, very easy to deal with. Only thing that Team Rekt is going to have to deal with, it's going to be a very, very difficult, I would say, would be the tank. High ping with a tank is just really, really bad, but high ping with everything else, as long as you're a really good shot and you're using those shotguns, you can deal with the special infected really, really well.
Yeah, right now, we're looking at Team Stickupkidz sitting on approximately 80 ping on average, and we're looking at about 100 ping average to 150 ping average for Team Rekt.
Survivors are good to go. They are stepping out. One of them stepping underneath the green tent right next to the Smoker and Charger. They're both spawned up, but nobody's looking over in that corner, and they end up seeing a pull, but he doesn't get pulled towards the Charger. Great triple move and a charge onto Coach. As you see here, the survivors are now inconvenienced by all this horde here, but it looks like Ellis is like, fuck this, I am running for this crown, but if he misses this crown, it will be life or death here. And he does manage to land it barely at 108%, just a little bit off to the left or the right there, and that would have been a dead Ellis.
Very, very nice. PN showing very, very good confidence here at this early stages of this match. Rushing, he knows that the hit's down, just rushing to get that solo crown, really helping the team out.
And the attack comes in here. Pounce landing on Rochelle, a jockey landing on Coach, and getting shoved off play there by Nick, and promptly dealt with. And we have a boomer going to be arcing his vomit up the top, and he ends up getting a double boom onto Nick and Coach.
Very interested to see if Team Rekt is going to opt to fight the tank here or run it back. The spawns are a little bit staggered, but they're going to be coming up in about 5 seconds.
First set of his size up, Charger and Hunter, followed by Center, who's going to be spawning up in 2 seconds here. Hunter is spawned up, making some noise. He's not going in there because he doesn't want to get solo skeeted here. Looks like they have a boomer. If this boomer manages to land a double or maybe even a single boom, they might opt to attack and rush in here. Here comes the boomer. He actually gets popped. Great pop there by Feel, and here comes a Charger from behind. Almost gets a charge through the doorway here with the Hunter pouncing around and landing onto Rochelle, but promptly cleared. Overall, minimal damage being taken by the survivors.
Yeah, very, very, very important pop there.
See, the tank actually has sight on the survivors here. No, he's actually lost sight here. He's just growling momentarily. And it looks like he's got sight again. Now he's just lost sight. He's just waiting there. He wants to cross. He doesn't want to play it like the previous team, I believe. But we're going to see he is going to be getting second pass. He might have to just commit straight in because he just doesn't have the time. It looks like he's opting to come away from the right side to minimize the amount of chip he's going to be getting. No, he's actually going to be crossing here. But he is on second pass with 95%. He's at 1,200 chip. 1,700 chip. He gets stuck on the pole.
No.
Oh my goodness, Big C, please. That tank is in dire, dire straits here.
Very, very unfortunate positioning for the special infected. That Coach landed on top of the garbage bags during that smoke. The Charger was looking for an opportunity to land that charge, but knows that he would have been stumbled had he have gone for it.
Survivors are now waiting for this tank to drop down to this tank at 3K, and you end up seeing somebody type MVP in chat. I guess he wants to see where he is on the MVP meter, and a rock almost hitboxes Ellis there. A lot of chip going on to Big C. That's already 1,000, 1,200, 1,500
really
chip there right before he commits, and here comes the rock onto Coach, and 100
nice
just pouncing
punch.
around.
Great.
And tank is now down, and there is a boomer in the hands of Hiatus. He tries to get the rocket boom. No, actually, he's just going to repositioning onto the other rooftop, and he will be trying to get the boom right here. Here comes the rocket boom with that high ping. They can't react fast enough, and that is a triple boom on all but Rochelle.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the communication was going on in that war room, but sending in that hit for Big C to cross there is definitely good. You know, you could play some decent rock tank there. However, he got stuck in a pole, climbed up a little late. It just looked like he was in a bit of an uncomfortable position, being forced to commit, being forced to take about 3k chip during all those instances, and then getting out only to have to be forced to commit at about 5% rage. It just looked like a very uncomfortable position for Team Stickupkidz to be in.
Next set of Aside good to go here, featuring a 3-1 with Charger and Spitter. And looks like the jockey's going to be spawning up here. Charger is rotating the other rooftop. You don't really get to see that spawn all too often there. It's actually very, very uncommon. The survivors are not ready for it. They aren't even looking in that direction here. Jockey's still making noise with the Smoker and the Spitter coming from the exact same roof. And the survivors, 2 of them bleeding. They have slightly more bonus than the previous team, but this single attack can single-handedly ruin the rest of their HP.
Yeah, PN sitting at almost 100 health bonus. Team Rekt is doing a fantastic job of shutting down these hits.
Oh, we get a pull into Spit! But it seems most of the damage actually went on to the non-health bonus there, so not too much has been done. Here comes the Spitter to try and interrupt the pickup and gets a scratch on Coach, and that will be inconveniencing the survivors there for at least a good 3 seconds, leading to an additional full hit at the alarm car up ahead.
Yeah, it's really, really important there to sack that Spitter to buy the Special Infected some more time to get a full attack here.
Here comes a Jockey. Actually, Jockey getting a pull into the alarm card there with the double boom onto Nick and Ellis. The survivors struggling to get through this horde with the Hunter. Looking to pounce on somebody, goes for HP and lands onto the highest HP there, but does get promptly cleared. There isn't too much there that they could have done to avoid that pounce with all the horde coming in, other than somebody waiting for that ski, but with all the horde, they're just going to get shoved aside. And Charger is opting to go in the safe room. The survivors are in for a surprise because I don't think they know that the Charger's in there. We have Rochelle leading in there with that frying pan. He is aware of that Charger. He's waiting for that Charger. Here comes a charge.
Whoa!
Gets a stumble and spit on Ellis.
Very, very nice last hit, dealing about 30 solid health bonus damage to the highest carrier on Ellis, on PN. Very, very, very nice by Team Stickupkidz.
Yeah, it's overall a pretty nice even score here. They did a really good job with their ping and such. Like I mentioned, as long as if you have that ping, if you do really good with your shotgun play, you can deal with the special infected. The only real problem is the tank, and they dealt with that tank very, very well.
Yeah, some very, very strong synergy coming out here by Team Rekt on their special infected hits, especially noticeable.
Frying pan.
So we got a 54% tank and a 39% witch.
All right, I'm going to need one moment here. I'm not going to ready up here, but it looks like we are still waiting for one more.
What do you think about this tank? Would you say this is one of the most difficult tanks to play on the map, or the most easy?
What was the tank percentage again?
54.
54. That is actually... Oh, one sec. 54%, that is an event tank, and it is actually an early event tank. It's going to be a little bit difficult there for the survivors, and we're quickly going to be readying up and going into the next round here. So 54%, that's going to be right outside the Cedar track there, maybe just a little bit slightly forward. First attack consisting of a 3-1 with Charger and Boomer, with the Boomer going to be trying to arc his vomit from behind the van, but he's actually making a very, very vital mistake. You don't want to crouch behind that van, and he is spawned up. He actually tries to go for the boom onto Nick, and we see some friendly fire going out onto PM.
Yeah, really, really good showing of patience here by Team Rekt by baiting out that Boomer.
It looks like the Smoker tries to get a pull out here with the Hunter pouncing around, making some noise. The Boomer's in a really bad position here. He's still crouching behind that van, which again is a terrible, terrible idea. You don't want to be crouching behind that van. Charger is also spawned up on top. The survivors are good to go. Everything is spawned up. They try and go for that Hunter. They break the Hunter. Here comes the Charger. Charger gets a triple charge into the safe room up the stairs. Here comes the attack. Pounce landing, but getting promptly shoved off with double boom landing, and Smoker trying to get around that corner at 36 health and dead.
a really, really good chip, considering that Team Stickupkidz got baited out there. Everybody else on Team Stickupkidz was doing a very, very good job. They had the awareness to protect the boomer, to not give it a free pop for Team Rekt.
Survivors making their way through here. They do have a bit of chip going on to them. We can see that Feel is at 90, PN is at 88, and we got Crive at 92. Boomer spawns up and actually falls down. They end up replacing the Boomer with a free charge from Damn Narnia, but it just doesn't land there. Hunter pouncing around, taking minimal chip, sitting at 234. Going to be going for a high pounce, but overall, the Survivors are not phased by this, and they will be running forward, leaving the Infected with a 2-2. A bad idea. They need to get rid of one of those supporting this Infected, but it looks like they're opting to save the entire hit here.
Yeah, sometimes using that team awareness for Special Infected just, leads to getting a whole hit shut down. But more often than not, the more you work that way, the more that you play, being more intuitive and proactive with your SI play leads to better team cohesion and better hits, better damage overall.
Hunter going for that DP, goes for the DP, he ends up missing. He lands on a wall instead of landing onto Ellis there. I think he would have been a really good DP too, because Ellis didn't even shove on my screen.
Yeah, Team Rekt did a very, very good job of shutting down both of these hits through these two past chokes, and looks like they're going to get a free ride here into spawning the tank.
Survivors making their way forward here. Looks like they ran back there to the table to grab some ammo, and Ellis claiming that they should stick together. I'm not sure about you, but if I had this tank coming in with a bunch of Horde and I had some wire clippers, I'd be clipping through the fence and say, fuck you guys, I'm leaving you guys for dead. Great double boom going out there onto Nick and Coach with the jockey already pre-spawned above. Here comes a charger. Tank is now in play, and in the hands of Hiatus, and the Survivors are just getting pounded by all the Special Infected coming in here with a charge spit attempt, but doesn't land, but he ended up getting a spit run-through by Nick.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse than it was for what was going on during that hit.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that's a sack tank. Hiatus missed the jump and fell off. That tank is AI. The Survivors don't know this right now, but this is brutal.
However, this could prove to be, a little bit of a gift here, a little bit of a blessing in disguise, because the tank's going to go in with 6K, and Team Stickupkidz is going to have 4 full spawns controlled by human players to go in here.
The thing is, though, the tank loves to do pull-ups here. And here comes a tank. Tank is coming in, but I don't know if there's a ladder on them. Is there a ladder on them? There is a ladder on them, but he's going to be taking a lot of chip. 1,500, 2,000, 3,300 coming in right now. He is sitting at 2K, and here comes a double charge. And there is that tank just doing a great job cornering the Survivors, turning this sack tank into a great tank here.
Coach is still smoked.
Hiatus making the right call here. He will be hiding behind that green fence, trying to curve rock, but he ended up turning in the wrong direction at the very beginning here.
Coach. They need to get the coach. They need to kill this tank. What is happening, X-Spy?
I don't know, but it looks like there's some sacking going out there by the Survivors, and that is a dead coach. All they need to really do right now is just kill the tank, but they should start running forward. The thing is, they're about to start up the next trigger. They're just about to pass it. Nick is very close to the trigger that's going to be restarting the entire Horde event, and he has passed it. So the Horde event will start coming in here, and there it is. 2 common infected, 4 common infected. They are now coming in because they've re-triggered the Horde because they went past the little marker.
Sitting at about 500 HP is Hiatus for the tank here, and this is looking like a wipe, X-Spy.
Yes, it is not looking too good there by Rekt. The only thing they can really do is deal with this Horde, start running forward, get some points, because with 3 Survivors, there's no way they're going to be killing this tank anytime soon while he's standing up there trying to throw rocks on those rooftops. Especially with that consistent Horde coming in. It's brutal.
Yeah, Hiatus making a little bit of a flop there, but pulling it together and being able to keep control of his tank is very, very important here. You're not going to want to put the match in control of the AI tank.
And we got a great pull there onto Nick. You can see his health dwindling about, and no one is there to save him. That is a down. Here comes the Hunter. Hunter going for a high pounce there, and we see a down to Rochelle, leaving Ellis alone there. That's a lot of help, but here comes the tank. Tank at 250. Going to be doing a pull-up here momentarily, and we end up seeing the pounce and the charger working together on Ellis, and that is a wipe there onto the Survivors.
Yeah, really, really close there, and letting that tank go AI. Good thing he kept it. Not quite sure what would have happened if that bot tank would have went in. As you said, he does like to do push-ups. Just kind of the problem is if you have an AI tank going, you're not quite sure if he's just going to kind of be doing reps in a corner somewhere, or just letting the Survivors just hack away at him in Tank Burger. So you don't want to do that. Sometimes it can work out, but it's pretty rough. So good thing seeing a wipe there. This is going to keep the game very, very close. Team Rekt is going to have to perform at least as well as Team Stickupkidz here to be able to maintain a very, very close game.
Well, let's see if Rekt can make their infected play a lot better than map 1 here, so just getting some more hits. But again, that really high ping makes things very, very hard because there isn't that much lag compensation for the special infected. Again, we're seeing the boomer come from behind the van, but he is crouching. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. You do not crouch behind that particular van. All right, you could probably do it with a lot of other vans, but that particular van, you do not crouch behind. And a great pull coming out there onto Nick, separating him. And we're seeing punches. We're seeing a stumble charge there. I'm not sure if that was actually a good thing that he was supposed to do. Maybe he was hoping that Nick would have gotten cleared by then. He was going to stumble him free and get some additional damage. But overall, a lot of damage going out there onto Hiatus.
Yeah, Team Rekt taking the exact same approach that Team Stickupkidz took at that given instance of the hit, but not getting baited and being able to land that boom, get some punches, and have the boom go down with the smoke in play and punches going down, dealing about 60 damage to Nick here.
See, Hiatus actually opted to take his pills early there. He's going to be bleeding for the rest of the map, so he's definitely changed from map 1, that mentality, because map 1 we saw that he saved those pills. Next set of us are good to go. Boomer rocketing in there, actually lands on Rochelle. Coach a triple boom here, and then Charger charging in here. Going to be missing, but he ends up getting right into Rochelle, and that'll be a stumble. He actually gets an extra stumble. I'm not sure if that was a bug there, but that's interesting. Ended up stumbling Rochelle and Spit after her get-up animation.
Yeah, stacking a stumble there, getting about 20 damage there on Rochelle. It's really, really good. Team Rekt would really like to have 2 bleeding survivors going into this tank.
And we see pills have been passed to Hiatus. Your survivors are making their way through, clearing as many of the common as possible. They're actually clearing the common very, very quickly, but the next set of are good to go here, featuring a 3-1 with Charger and Boomer smoking coming from behind the fence, and a Boomer getting on top. Everyone's getting on top except for the Smoker. Looks like they will be hitting on the Witch because they are set up around this Witch here, but the Smoker is nowhere to be seen near this Witch, and looks like he will be repositioning. It looks like he's going straight for the ladder and getting on top of the rooftop. Or bridge, I should say. Oh my... What?
Are you serious?
He actually missed the crown. Ellis missed the crown, and we got a pause going out there by Big C. I know it's not for the other team, but seriously, there is no reason to do this in a match. This is just unprofessional.
It's extremely unprofessional.
Anyways, we will be seeing Ellis go down here by this Witch, and here comes the boom, and that could possibly be a death onto Sexy Phantom. In fact, that actually, oh wow, it ends up getting over there, but that is still a lot of damage onto Rochelle and Coach, and we almost say triple cap wipe there. Nick did a great job juking that Charger, otherwise that would have been GG.
Really, really bad form here shown by Team Rekt. Jeez, so scummy. I mean, barred some, given that it's possible that it was, a coincidence, you don't want to pause while somebody's going to crown the Witch. And it was
that wasn't by Rekt. That was by Big C. Their own teammates called a pause on that crown.
Really?
Yes,
okay,
Big C called a pause. Someone said pause, and as he types in chat there, I'm not sure if that was actually miscommunication or if he's just trolling. Anyways, you see a pull going on to his shout there. And no,
the mud. Jeez.
No, if Team Rekt did that pause, that would be an automatic DQ. There wouldn't be any competition or even any reason to continue playing this game because that's it. That's done.
Very good to know.
All right, anyways.
In here, everybody's bleeding. This is looking like a wipe here also.
And it looks like the tank actually got her very quick down there under Rochelle. Hunter pouncing around, going for that DP. We end up seeing a charge on a Nick and a pounce onto Coach there, leaving poor little Ellis again. Looks like Ellis seems to be the favorable survivor to live throughout all of this, but he will promptly be going down there.
Very, very nice. Very close game. Rekt by keeping it classy. I hope they grant me my forgiveness there.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're talking about a 1-point difference, XBY. This is a really, really close game.
I've seen some close games in my time, and I would say this is actually a very close game. We got some interesting plays going out by both teams here, having people just doing some very inconvenient mispositioning, which is properly leading to some deaths. But either way, the scores are close. I'm waiting to see which team will come out ahead here, or if we're going to end up having to play a tiebreaker game, because on the finale, they're going to end up being tied.
Most definitely. And while there's some, some mispositioning with the survivor play, it's gotta be noted that both teams are doing some pretty unconventional stuff with their SI attacks, relying a lot more on team awareness and synergy than they are with calling. It seems. Yeah, Boomer looking very hungry, just waiting to recharge that boom, and it looks like the survivors are going to wait out the respawn on that boom. Whoa! Very strong clears here going down by Team Rekt. And the tank's up. One, two, three. Yeah, but Center's still sitting on first pass here. This is good. He's got it right where he needs to. Good positioning. It's a little bit dangerous to overcommit on this car and over tunnel it, but he has it in a really great spot so that the special infected can make use of it. Nice rock.
Reloading.
XY, what would you like to see happen there from Center?
Reloading here. Watch out! Gotta reload.
That mango salsa though. Yeah. Rekt
Hunter is good to
is
go
basically
here.
unscathed. They only have one bleeding here. This is really, really crucial. If Team Rekt is able to get a wipe here, this is going to create a very, very large disparity in the points.
Up here.
All right, it looks like the charge is going to be setting up ahead here with the spitter and the jockey. Potential for a lot of damage going to Rekt by Team Stickupkidz. Need to do some serious damage to make up for that tank. And Hunter has spawned up, making no noise. And it looks like Ellis was actually knew that the Hunter was in there. He was shooting through the wall. I'm not too sure about that. I would ask for a demo recording now.
Ooh. That wall kick from that Hunter really set up. Oh, is that another down?
Yes, that is
that
the
was black
down
and
on the
white?
Rekt. I believe... No. But, yeah, that, Alice did something really questionable there. I'm not sure, maybe he saw the hand, but he just shot directly at that Hunter through the wall there. I'm not too sure. I would ask for a demo after seeing something exactly like that. But either way. Anyways, Smoker's going to be spawning up there in a very useless spot. Looks like he's going to try and pull Ellis, but it's just not going to happen. Pounce landing onto Rochelle there, and it looks like the Boomer managing to land a single boom there onto Ellis, who will be promptly going up the ladder to avoid spin and then jumping off of it. We're seeing some crazy, like, Splinter Cell shit coming out here.
Yeah, really good ability for Team Rekt to maintain their health bonus here. And it could be screenshot time, demo time, but at the same time, at this level of play, you can expect to have some pre-firing going on around corners, especially when the hole hits up.
Oh, and we end up seeing a pull attempt there by Hiatus, but it just doesn't happen. He might have some trouble repositioning up front, but it looks like the SI are opting for an attack at the bottom here. We see the Boomer is spawned up at the top, gets a beautiful arc boom there onto Rochelle. The survivors are now rushing up. Jockey getting shoved aside there by Nick and getting promptly shut down, while Charger is going to town there on Coach as he's stuck in the sewers.
Oh, this is brutal. This is exactly what Team Stickupkidz needed. Really, really great separation. About 60 damage going on Coach there with his HP getting just drained and melted. We do have Nick and Rochelle sitting at about 80 HP and 2 pills still on the team here. This is looking good. They're setting themselves up to make the safe room with this run.
Which is at 87%, so we still got at least 2 or 3 more attacks before this witch here. Hunter is spawned up, taking some chip, bouncing around 206 and counting 149. That's a lot of chip. That's actually below skeeting range, so he's going to be an easier skeet for the enemy team.
Yeah, you know, this is a very interesting place to be at right now for the Survivor. You do have the ladder, you do have the climb, and you do have the drop. But it's also an interesting place to be here for the special infect. How do you want to manage these hits? Do you want to be sacking boomers, getting spitters, and just saving for HP? At this point, it's going to be very important to get rid of that, because if they make it with this health bonus, this is going to really, really, really multiply that distance on the points.
A beautiful shove coming out there by Ellis, and Ellis now dealing with the charger and actually getting a stumble spit charge onto Coach there. A little bit of damage going out on the Coach, and there goes the rest of his HP, but one set of pills onto Nick with no extra pills. It seems to be in the ambulance. What kind of ambulance is that? No extra pills?
Really, really strong awareness. These past 3 hits, barred the ladder hit, Team Rekt has been able to use the survivors that have been bleeding as sponges for the damage here, protecting that health bonus very well.
Sitting at 528 bonus there. We see the next attack coming in here. Boomer getting popped there. Great job there by Ellis. Good positioning. You see a pull under Rochelle, who is separated from her team, which will be leading to a double cap. Again, mispositioning for just a second will lead to a chunk of health being thrown off of your team here. And we just saw that exact thing happen there with Rochelle running forward for exactly no reason.
A decent chip going down here. They got the witch to deal with. Nick and Rochelle doing a very, very good job of carrying those pills, being able to help out Coach and Ellis and keep them fast so they can rush through these chokes here.
Ellis has a very, very strong back. I just want to add that because he's doing a great job dealing with everything with that shotgun. Shutting down SI, shoving the SI, dealing with that witch. A beautiful boomer coming in from the doorway there, landing onto Ellis. And we see a jockey and a hunter inside the safe room area here, waiting with an unspawned spitter.
Absolutely.
This is the final hit, man.
Ellis has been very, very strong shotgun this game.
Here comes the attack, pouncing around with that hunter, lands onto Ellis there, but the spit is not going to be spreading onto the top of that, so it's not going to be that much damage. And again, he's not HB, and we see a spit sec onto the Coach there. But yeah, overall, they make it in with this bonus, this beautiful 420 bonus. Blaze it, bro. Blaze it.
Hey. Wow, man, jeez. This is really, really great. I'm really, really interested to see how Team Stickupkidz is going to be responding here for the Survivor play as they try to deal with this tank, as well as see how Team Rekt decides to play this tank and manage the rotations with that car and their pass.
Yeah, Team Stickupkidz, I mean, we saw there that neither team was really setting the bar with anything on any of the other 2 maps, all right? It was just wipe after wipe at the exact same point, with one team maybe doing slightly better than the other one. But unfortunately, what ends up happening here now is that Rekt they completely set the bar, and they set the bar really high with a 420 bonus into the safe room there.
Same situation, going to be baiting out this hit, trying to minimize the damage as they go into the tank fight.
Smoker is now spawned up there, making some noise in the opposite direction of the Boomer. A really good idea there by Rekt Grizz here. And Boomer looking for that rocket spawn. You can see he's really far back, so you know he's going to be going for the rocket spawn. Charger coming from underneath the bridge. Here comes the Charger. They're all just piling in on that door frame there, and you see a charge to Ellis with a single, no, not even a single pound going out there, but over a lot of damage, or a huge chunk of damage going out there on the Sexy Phantom.
A really good bait there. So now we're going to be dealing with this tank, and as I said previously in the last map, it's a bit of a crutch. By design, the tank's ability to in-cap a survivor instantaneously by hitting a car onto them really wants to bait like you as a player into focusing on that car. Ideally, you want to get the car in play, and then you just want to work with your SI and see how you can kind of manipulate the survivors and pressure them and push them into cornering themselves.
No! Holy crap. He manages to get it with 3 punches. Actually, was a very good 3rd punch, but damn, dude, that almost kept Coach there.
I don't know about the survivors being in this position here.
Oh, and that is a down on the Sexy Phantom there. Boomer tries to land, but gets popped there. And wow, this car is doing things I've never seen a car fucking do before. He's almost getting it in through and hitting Nick, and he ends up getting it down to Coach, and this looks like a wipe tank here.
Poor planning, poor positioning. I'm not quite sure what Team Stickupkidz was doing out in this area near these two dumpsters and semi. But it turned out to be a fatal flaw here, getting that very, very early down on Sexy Phantom by this wonky car, and getting the very quick second down on center here. Tank is only sitting at about 1K here. Oh, but that separation is going to do it. This is a wipe X-Spy.
Yeah, this is a wipe. Even if they manage to kill this tank, running through the rest of the map here at this level of pro mod on 2 survivors alone, it's just not going to happen. We see the wipe there, and it looks like Team Stickupkidz is now just, they're in a very, very bad position going into map 4 there.
Yeah, a bit of respect going here between Big C and PN. Not quite sure how much of it is actually sincere, but
I don't know about you, but I would take that as extreme hostility if I was very salty.
Yeah, what do you think about the positioning by Team Stickupkidz? I mean, it can work out. It does work out, and you can bait the tank. I think what they wanted to do there was bait out the tank into committing the car and being able to get a lot of chip and just kind of dodge around. Granted, if they don't get boomed there, and they're in really prime position to kind of like force this tank into a bad little ring around the rosy situation with the semi. But I'm not sure. What do you think is going on there? And overall, what do you think is the best ideal situation for the survivors? Where did the survivors want to be underneath that highway when fighting that tank?
Okay, it really does come down to personal preference. Like, I prefer to actually take the tank in that particular area where they were, but Alice was just in a very bad position. He ended up getting down very quickly, and that car was just doing magical things, going into places that it shouldn't have. And the thing that just I noted was, or that you can note about that area, is that there's a lot more spawns in that area. It's very difficult to deal with that unless you got a very competent team with really good headphones, really good reaction time, and preferably somebody with a shotgun that's going to pop the living fuck out of that boomer, because if you get boomed in that area, that's it, you're done. However, if you take it in the other area that's deeper underneath the bridge, you have a harder time fitting in the car, but you have less room to be dodging everything, and you have to deal with a lot of fucking foliage. I hate foliage, Koala. I hate it. It makes everything difficult for me.
Jeez Louise, the shrubbery. The shrubbery is too real. Another thing that it does give you is an ability to chip the tank on the way in. So that I think going down to the safe room is a bit of a safer bet. But with like you were saying, with the proper shutdowns, with the right teamwork, the right reactions, you're able to kind of put the tank in a very, very bad and obvious position where he's just ringing around the rosy.
I'm trying to make sure here that Flex is actually a sub. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but it looks like Team Stickupkidz is just not responding whatsoever, so I might actually have to... All right, then. All right, just want to make sure.
Flex is on Team Stickupkidz. All right, we're looking at another bait situation here for the survivors. Trying to shut down this hit, trying to minimize the damage as they go into an early tank. 36%.
Alright, it looks like this first hit consisting of a 3-1 with Charger and Boomer. Boomer opting to come from above the rafters, right above them, and we end up getting a spec hit going out there by Phantom. That's it, DQ, you're done, son.
Hey, stop with the bombing!
And he's saying bad vine. I'm sure there'll be an exception here, but if somebody really, really wanted to be a bit anal, that would be a forfeit loss there. Just saying. Anyways.
Yeah, a lot of class going out here by Team Rekt. I believe they are coming from Russia. I'd like to confirm that. We are getting some really, really good high-level play from Team Rekt, and they're showing a lot of class here.
A beautiful 2-boom going out there with a pull onto Ellis, and a great play there by Coach, and Jockey does land over Shell there, who's going to be having trouble getting played as he goes through the board.
The soft quad is all too real, and Rochelle is taking a trip down memory lane as everybody else is so distracted to be able to clear this 2-cap. What a unfortunate place to be if you are Team Rekt, having just granted amnesty from that DQ moment. I don't know. It's just this tough situation.
I don't know about you, but I'm calling for the dispute right here and now, man.
Yeah, yeah.
If I was Rekt, I'd
Turn
call
back
for the
time,
dispute.
Back to the future. Let's get back to the future. Let's get that DQ rolling in.
It looks like Rochelle is having some trouble with the common infected up ahead. All the common infected are cleared, but she is bleeding. All it'll take is a single boom onto her, and they won't be able to really deal with anything there. I don't know about you, but I don't want to like hint at anything, but as soon as Big C disappeared, that attack just turned to gold. Just saying. Just saying. No hard
Midas
feelings,
touch?
Big C.
The reverse Midas touch?
Yeah, yes, totally.
All right, so we got Team Stickupkidz down by about 1,000 points going to map 4, having just landed a brutal soft quad here, dealing. Let's not talk about damage. Let's talk about health bonus. 3 survivors, all missing health bonus. The only person holding on to pills right now is Ellis.
I don't know about
This
you,
is looking
but
like a wipe.
yeah, this is the wipe. This is done and done. I mean, sure, they can play this tank really, really well, but they do not have the health to make it through this map, unless, of course, they are showered with pills here. Maybe we can go find Lewis from Left 4 Dead 1 to give them some pills.
Make it rain, make it rain. The tank's up. They can't run forward here. You got too many hittables going downstairs, and there's too much horde to deal with.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
this is
have
gonna be
to
a
deal
miracle
with
if
this
they make
tank.
it out alive.
I don't know, with the amount of health that they have, unless this tank bleeds him out. If this tank bleeds him out, they will be losing about like maybe 7 to 10 HP there. And here comes a charger. Oh wow, a lot of FF going on to Coach there, and an attempted curve rock through the door frame, but it's just not going to happen. Minimal chip going on the flex there, but overall, decent job there by the infected. They did a lot of chip on the Coach, which will now be slow for this attack here. Oh,
I forgot to mention
rock.
how notorious this area actually is, though. The pool room is a notorious place to really make a big turn when it comes to tank fighting for a match. What happens here is when the tank commits, the speed and momentum is greatly decreased when he jumps onto the pool tables, whereas the survivors do not have that speed decrease happening for them when they're jumping around kiting the tank. So the survivors have a edge here when jumping and kiting around the pool tables, whereas the tank has a difficult time maintaining momentum to be able to follow up with a corner.
Oh, and the Hunter is a great distraction for that boomer. The Hunter knew what he was doing. He was distracting for that boomer. Lands a single boom, but the Horde might not get in there in time before this tank is dead. Landing that beautiful rock there onto Ellis there, cornering him, and that'll be a quick corner there on the rest of their health bonus there. And there's going to be another rock being thrown up right over at Rochelle. That's another down. Tank going to town here. 70 HP, 38
Come
HP,
on.
8 HP, and dead.
Nice. So exactly like I said there, I mean, the whole situation forces the tank to spend a lot more time to secure that first punch to get the corner, because he has to run around. He has to run around the pool table. So, I mean, Team Rekt here surviving, very, very little health. Everybody's
Great
bleeding,
pop.
less than 20 HP here. I think they if they keep it together, keep it tight, they can make it to the event, which is going to give them a great point boost here at with an already 1,000 point lead.
I just want to, oh wow, great tongue cut there with that ping. He managed a tongue cut. Oh, yeah, doesn't get it twice though. He says, fool me once,
Oh, no.
shame on you. Fool me twice, hell fucking no. Here comes the charge going for punches, gets it down onto Ellis there, and it looks like the survivors will be able to get up these down to survivors here, but the smoker is going to get a pull into someone here momentarily, and that spit does not interrupt them long enough, but that will be a down onto Rochelle there, giving up her
Whoa.
life to get up Ellis.
Yeah, it's Smoker proving very, very useful, and Team Stickupkidz Charger showing a good presence of mind there to go for punches in this situation. You can easily get a quad cap with the Charger if everybody has like 20, maybe 10 HP. Just go and get punches. It deals tons of damage.
I would just like to point out a neat little fun fact that the pull room and the pull room alone what got me to start learning how to curve rocks from behind chest high props and such with the underhand rock and a one-handed rock. Not only that, but b-hopping with the tank. That single room alone made me go out there and learn and figure out how to do all that shit consistently.
Yeah. Very cool, and definitely
Wow.
confirming how difficult it is to be a tank in that little pool room. So very, very interested to see how Team Stickupkidz is going to be dealing with their positioning in this pool room. They can opt to take it outside. They can opt to take it downstairs. They can hold the four corners downstairs and try to get some chip that way. They did show a very different decision making when it came to taking the last tank, in which area they chose to fight it, and hopefully they do something different here and it works out better for them and they can start to catch up. They are down about 1,000 points.
Yeah, remember, the finale will be played out here, so there is still a chance to come back on Map 5, but everyone knows that Map 5 is not exactly a very favorable map for survivors to make any points. Alright?
Yeah, very,
if you don't
very
die,
unforgiving.
if you don't die to the first tank, more than likely you're going to die to the second tank, alright?
Plus the car is getting that insta-gib.
Yeah, there's only one car, though. Fun little fact here. Again, all the rushing maps seem to have hittables. So, like, if you ever played Haunted Forest, the rushing finale, Parish, the rushing finale. I think there's another rushing finale. God, what's it called? The one with the football stadium, and you have to fight two tanks in their football uniforms or whatever. I don't remember what
Back
it's called.
to school?
No. Is it? No, that's not Back to School. And if it's a rush finale, the hittables will only deal 24 damage, and they do a get-up animation. All right? However, Parish has been changed by Jacob. They removed all the extra cars and introduced a single car that does an instant in-cap. Also, another fun fact is the 24 damage cars, if you punch a car into another car and that car lands on a survivor, it's an instant in-cap instead of 24 damage.
So we get the same situation here for the survivors. They're baiting out this hit, trying to minimize the damage. Oh!
That is a lot of damage going out there on Deflex there. Great job by Rekt by they're establishing their dominance here with this very first hit, though not as much damage as the previous team got with their infected hit.
Yes, yes indeed, absolutely. By the grace of Gaben, we are seeing Team Stickupkidz mounting their comeback. Rocky montage going on right now. They're making their way to the pool room. All they got to do is shut down these next series of hits and try to manage their way through the next event, and then hopefully to the safe room here, and maybe put themselves in the lead.
Boomer lost his spawn there. He was trying to rocket through the door frame there, but ends up losing his spawn. Great double cap going out there. Great job by Ellis clearing, but ends up seeing a charge onto Rochelle as she's getting up. Quickly cleared, but overall a lot of damage going on to poor little Rochelle there.
Yeah, decent clear. It's actually quite a blessing in disguise to have that damage go down onto Rochelle, since she is the only survivor bleeding at the moment.
Survivors making their way through the common infected here. That triple boom isn't really conveniencing them all too much. Maybe bought the infected 2 or 3 seconds here as they make their way up to the final stairwell here leading up to the tank. Smoker is now pre-spawned. That Smoker now becoming a bot and promptly cleared with tank in the hands of Cribe. And he's going for that curve rock. Will he get it? No, he does not. He curved too late.
Yeah, curve rocks, if you're not so familiar with it, is a way to curve the rock just like that movie Wanted, with the bullets just, flinging around corners. It is built into the mechanics of the game to allow that, but it is quite difficult to do.
And we're seeing the tank is actually doing something a bit unconventional. He's trying to get the hittable up there. I have actually seen the hittable get into that room there, and truthfully, with how many times it's gone in there, which is very, very, very small, it has been a disaster.
It is super rare. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. X-Spy. He's got it up. Are we going to see...
Oh my god! The hittable is in. Here goes the tank. He ends up getting the quick down onto Ellis there. Damn. Rekby is not messing around, but looks like that pounce onto Rochelle ended up stumbling that dumpster out of the area here, so no more dumpster for the rest of the fight here. Oh no, never mind. He's going to town with that dumpster. That dumpster is inside the kitchen area, and it has now killed Rochelle. That is a wipe on the survivors. They're not making this map with 3 survivors.
The clutch of all clutches. I mean, they are ahead by 1K, but Stickupkidz is no joke. They're no team that you want to play games with. Well, technically, they're playing games. Besides the point, getting that dumpster in is super clutch. Crive showing he has what it takes to maintain the lead against any team here. If they keep playing like this, they're going to be in prime position to be a top 4 for this tournament. This is some very, very high-level play, despite the fact that they got about 150 ping going into this match as a team.
When you see a quick pull going on to Ellis there, overall, things are not looking too good by Stickupkidz. Stickupkidz, all they got to do is just rush, rush, rush. They need points. They need points because a tri-cap is imminent.
Most definitely. They're doing much better despite, what happened during that tank. The tank did a lot better by Team Rekby, but Team Stickupkidz, as survivors at this point in the match, are doing better. So hopefully that they're able to take this event, shut down all these hits. It is going to be 4 SI versus 3 survivors. But if they can make it past this event, they're going to pull ahead a little bit in points for this map and see if they can take the game on the finale.
Great dead stop there by Ellis and shut down onto that Hunter. Jockey coming in here, shoved aside and dealt with that fire axe there by Ellis. And Spitter coming in, dying in front of the door frame there. Not a good job there by Stickupkidz by keeping awareness there. They should not have killed that Spitter because now they're going to be inconvenienced for an additional 7 seconds, giving the SI more additional times to spawn. Another attempt at a tri-cap, and they still got to deal with a lot of this map here and a lot of the, after this map, this little area here with the parade. It's a very infected favorite for the rest of the map.
Ridiculoso. This is difficult. This is very, very difficult. The survivors have to deal with a timed event, horde, plus they have to deal with being outmatched here. 4 special infected versus 3 survivors.
Here comes a spit separating the survivors. You got to pull down, and here comes the jockey. Jockey ends up working on on the coach there. That's a temporary 2-cap with the charger accidentally charging somebody, but there goes the rest of Center's HP as he gets punched and jockeyed to death here. Charger repositioning, 321 health. He's going to be coming in from underneath here, going in straight for Nick, and he ends up getting the double charge.
Work. Such smart work by that Charger to stay alive, not go for the punches, and make sure he repositions himself to create this situation. He's really, really solidifying this wipe here.
It looks like Nick is now throwing that Bow Bomb to try and get the horde off of him and his team long enough for them to be able to get over there and cross that bridge there. But the Hunter is now up, pouncing around. Smoker is now in position with the... Actually, no, where is the Smoker? Smoker's in... Where the fuck is the Smoker? Why the fuck is the Smoker all the way over on the other side of the bridge? Or the crossing.
I think he lost his keys.
Yeah, but he ends up getting the pull-off onto Nick there. And we got a double cap, a triple cap, and there it is. That is the wipe.
Yet tri-capped. Jeez Louise. I don't know why I say that. You know, I don't say that when I talk to people in general, but for some reason Left 4 Dead just brings the Jeez Louise out of me, X-Spy. I don't know what it is.
I don't know about you, but as I like to tell everyone, Left 4 Dead 2 brings the worst out of all of us.
Oh, man. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lunchboxes. This is still very close. I mean, it is about 1,000 points down, but... like you said, this finale, as it's been tweaked, can be a little bit more balanced than how it is in vanilla. And what we're going to look to see here is a instant tank. And depending on how both teams handle it, we're going to see a opportunity for Team Stickupkidz to make their comeback that they so desperately need. They have no choice. They have to do it on this map. You got a tank at the beginning, and then you get a tank towards the end. And then you got a run to the safe room. They can almost taste that helicopter. So close, but yet so far.
All right. So, Koala, what is your experience on playing this map in Pro Mod, the finale?
In Pro Mod, well, I have noticed that it isn't so death charge friendly in Pro Mod, which is great. But at the same time, that's what this map is really well known for. So you look to focus on a lot of damage, and I mean, if you get past the tank, you really have to have solid teamwork. Whereas on a lot of other maps, you can bait things out and then just kind of make your way through, and take your time, have the point just go forward, bait it out, and come back. But on this map, you are absolutely deadlocked. You are forced to be very critical of how you bait these hits because they could lead to a wipe. They could lead to a death charge, and it's very scary. A lot more intense.
Seeing 400 chip onto Sexy Phantom with a tank. They're throwing in those rocks. We see that survivors actually took a huge chunk of damage there at the very beginning, right on the tank spawn. Overall, looking very good for the tank here, but still, that tank has a lot of work to put up in front of him here, and he's sitting at 600 chip and counting. Next hit coming in there, landing on a coach. That will be a hitbox rock there by the tank. Landing that rock, not even a Godframe rock, so that is 24 damage additionally with whatever the jockey's doing to that coach.
Granted, the Team Stickupkidz plays this differently. This could be the fatal flaw that we were looking to see here by Team Rekt by not starting the event, which seems to be the current meta.
Tank's still playing around with those rocks. Almost lands a curve rock there, but he's sitting at 1800 chip. Things are not looking good for this tank unless he wants to go rock tank. But if he wanted to play rock tank, he should have got on the top of the semi-truck, which is a little bit less known. But it's still very useful. And here comes the Hunter. Hunter pouncing around. Hunter getting shoved and dead stopped inside that door frame, and a double charge and a Godframe rock landing onto Coach there.
Really good spread of about 125 damage. 125. We got 2 bleeding survivors and 2 survivors at 70 and 80 HB. This is looking pretty good though for Team Stickupkidz. This is a good rate of damage. If they can continue at this rate, they are going to secure the wipe here. Tank's
Overall,
still
this
sitting at
tank,
about 4K.
yeah, overall this tank is doing a really good job here. Again, like you said, 4K, first pass, 90%. The survivors are just giving them rage for fucking days here. And we see a beautiful boom going on to Ellis there with the jockey, and Rochelle desperately trying to clear him, and we end up getting a pull onto Coach, and the tank isn't even picking up rocks to throw. Oh no, there goes the bridge. He's picking up a rock. He's going to try and hit Ellis in the face, but he ends up missing and gets Nick in the face there.
Tank sitting just below 4K with 100% rage on his first pass. Can still go along with this.
This is looking incredible here for the tank. I mean, just all this damage he's getting in here, it's going to make the rest of the map very, very difficult for the survivors. And the survivors are actually opting to go forward. This is going to trigger the horde event here. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. They're going to be hoarded here momentarily, and another rock landing there onto Ellis. This is looking very, very in favor of Stickupkidz. This could be, as you said, the fatal flaw that Stickupkidz needed to make the comeback here in a beautiful double boom. And that's it. I think that's just locking, you know, putting the nail in the coffin there for Team Rekt with this horde going to be coming in here. Another rock landing onto Rekt by Crave, and a double charge coming out there.
Triple charge. Oh, double charge.
And there is the down there on the Crive. And here comes the tank. Tank knows it's his time. He's waiting, actually. He's holding off. He wants to go rock tank on them. He wants to play this a bit more safe, but that two-handed rock or one-handed rock is not going to make it through that tarp. He needs to go for a one-handed rock, but looks he's opting to go for a Godfrey. No, it actually does damage there onto Nick.
Yeah, Sexy Phantom being smart here. He knows that one boom survivor that are still not in cap is not enough because they are all technically fast. They're able to kite and get tons of chip, and he is only sitting at 2K.
Oh, this damage there by the Infected. We see a pounce landing onto Coach there, and another rock coming out there. Magically doesn't land on Rochelle. Hunter going for a pounce onto Coach, or onto Ellis there. That actually is going to be possibly a death there onto Ellis. There isn't really much they can do, and there's going to be... I don't know, this tank is doing a great job. Oh no, they're rush raging, or rage rushing, sorry. They're done. They're done. They know they can't survive this tank now.
So this is pretty brutal. I really am very interested to see, and I'm very hopeful for Team Stickupkidz that they start the event early, that they put this tank in a bad position, and they're able to shut down this hit and melt this tank. This is exactly what they were looking for.
Great job there by Sexy Phantom, and great job there by the Infected. Just so much damage coming out there, and Rekt just seemed like they couldn't really deal with any of the heat that they were getting from the Infected. This is just Stickupkidz' chance to make the comeback here. So we're looking at a 1,000-point deficit. This map has 800 points in distance and 1,200 bonus, making it with 200 bonus is easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Granted, you don't get like Falcon punched off the side of the bridge.
Actually, there's some added in fences over there by the tank spawn, so getting punched off the bridge is very unlikely unless you specifically jump.
This is so close.
Right. First setup aside, good to go here with 3-1 and charge spit or charger leading in here. Probably not a good idea leading with that charger. Jockey landing on the Ellis. The survivors are separated by spit, and that's already a lot of damage going out there on the Phantom. Hopefully they can deal with this tank very quickly. And we see a jockey spit too. My goodness.
Yeah. That separation, creating about 50 damage on the Sexy Phantom is not where Team Stickupkidz wants to be, but it is okay. Right now, they just have to keep it together, find a way to shut down these hits, and kill this tank.
Alright, correction. This actually has a custom map distance of 600. It wasn't showing up in Shed because I was pressing it too much. They need 400 bonus, so that's actually a little bit harder.
Yeah, definitely, especially giving up about 100 HB here before the tank commits. So it looks like Team Stickupkidz is not opting to start the event, which, like I said, is seeming to be the current meta of how teams want to play this current situation. So what it does is it's allowing the tank to have a lot of free sight and for him to peek back and forth and maintain his rage and just have hits go in. So far, that mistake has cost them about 100 damage on the HB here.
They're sitting at 680 bonus. Things are not looking too good for Team Stickupkidz. They need 400 bonus in the safe room in order to make this. A little over 400, rather. Tank is still looking pretty, picking up those rocks and throwing them, sitting at 500 chip. Pounce landing on the Nick there, which is heavy bonus. Jockey getting shoved in between Ellis and Coach here, and it looks like the survivors are opting to try and ship the tank. No, they're chasing him, and there we go. We now have the permanent horde event, I believe, started up.
What do you think about taking the tank inside the safe room here?
I believe that was actually the meta for a long time, but they added in some kind of feature that I don't think the tank loses rage in the safe room. Tank will still lose rage, but I believe there were some added in props into the area down below. So I'm gonna go check that over here really quick.
Good stuff.
No, there's nothing added in there, so I'm not sure what's changed. Maybe they removed melee weapons here at the start.
Maybe melee weapons in close quarters is disastrous for a tank.
Say, there used to be the meta for a while. I'm not sure exactly what changed to change that.
So the survivors are really having to make some difficult decisions. I'm not quite sure what to do in this situation. It's kind of difficult to LOS the tank. Maybe they can sit behind the semi-truck. Maybe they can go inside the safe room. But by being out here in between, in this limbo, you can allow the SI to spawn from the safe room, but also allow the tank to maintain rage from the front.
We're seeing the tank. Yeah, see the tank is now going to be committing your second pass with 20% here. Getting a beautiful punch there on the coach, a second beautiful punch, and that is all of his HP. And you see Ellis is going to be dealt with by this jockey, and Nick Nick is not clearing that jockey fast enough. That will be a down on the sexy Phantom, but Nick is doing a great job juking that tank, and the tank's like, fuck this, you know what, I'm going to go down your teammate here. Tries to go for a shot at the last minute, but doesn't get him in time. Overall, Nick just saving his team there from a wipe.
A very well timed for that tank to commit there. He knew that he was going to pop, like more than likely die during that commit, but he saw that the health on the survivors was low enough, and that it's still going to be very, very desperate times for Team Stickupkidz.
See that Ellis seems to be having trouble getting ammo. He will be delaying his team a bit here, and Rochelle is all the way up forward, not paying attention to his team. Is going to get pounced here. There's the pounce. That will be a down on the flex there. No, actually, no, he gets cleared very, very quickly. Thankfully, here comes a Charger from behind here. Charger stumbling onto Ellis, and the Charger will getting a punch onto Ellis there before dying.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it looks like the dream is gone, Koala. They do not have enough bonus to win this.
Yeah, not only do they not have enough health bonus to win the game, but they have 2 slow survivors, which means that they have to deal with extra hits to make their way to this tank. And as we all know, they're trying to fight a tank as a team when you have 2 slow survivors and not able to get fast in any way, shape, or form, almost spells wipe like 100% of the time.
Hunter now pouncing around here. Looks like he's going to be going for the separated survivor. Nick, oh, he goes for a drink in the water there. Clearly that Hunter was very, very thirsty, all right?
Yeah,
he just couldn't resist going for a swan dive.
I think he put on his diving goggles and just, he thought he was in the Olympics there for a second. So Team Stickupkidz is making the best out of it. They are still keeping it competitive. Shutting down that Charger very, very well, and they're trying to make their way to the tank here for the brownie points.
So we got 3 people slow. Hiatus, the only one fast, and holding on to that health bonus as strong as possible. That 194 bonus is all on Hiatus here. All it takes is him to go down, and pretty much no more HP. Well, I mean, at this point, I'm not sure if they'll be able to start the tank unless they find 3 sets of pills here in the ambulance up ahead. There isn't going to be much, and we end up getting a pull back and a ledge hang onto Coach there. A double boom, and the Boomer just going to town. A proxy into triple boom, and Rochelle desperately trying to keep the team alive there while Ellis is trying to keep his, or not Ellis, but Nick is trying to keep his bonus up.
What a very, very, very close match. Although I am an American, I am a gamer at heart, and I'm a connoisseur of games. You've got to give props to Team Rekt here from Europe, I believe Russia, showing they have what it takes here to deal with, the ping disparity. They're like, you give us 100 ping, that's fine. We'll take on any of your American teams. Let's go, let's do this. And they are really pulling it together here, winning by about 1.5k, 1.2k. Really, really good. A team to look out for in this tournament. Team Stickupkidz, no slouch, by the way. Just some unfortunate series of events leading to this situation here. But it's very, very interesting to see how the rest of the teams choose to take this tank in the finale. The current meta seems to have been established that you want to start that event but not push forward and maintain ship. It's proven very, very difficult for the survivors to do any work while you have the event not started. So that's something very interesting to look out for the rest of this tournament.
Yes, and also one thing, it's not 1.2k, it's less than 1,000. Just pointing it out. But yeah, it looks like this already called a GG here. They're just playing for brownie points. Kasen has already left the game here, and Coach is already dead. They're trying to get up Nick here, And overall, I mean, they're just trying to get up to the top of this hill here. But once they get up to the top of the hill, there's going to be so many spawns. I'm not entirely sure what they're going to be able to do there.
Reloading.
Very, very good. Thank you for that correction. I had to spectate again. Very close game. They're still in it. But we do have Coach dead here.
Ooh, and there goes the second death right there, leaving just Hiatus and Sexy Phantom. Hiatus no longer sitting pretty with that bonus, and Sexy Phantom is about to be bleeding to 1 HP health. And Hunter just pouncing around and will be landing on Hiatus and Sexy Phantom, desperately reloading, getting up there, trying to get the clear. It looks like Hiatus will now be slow with them, and we see a double claw! A beautiful double claw coming out by that jockey.
Damn, jeez, that collateral. OP. GG.
All right, then. So, there's going to be another match later today for RBT3. I'm not sure exactly what time. I'm going to be seeing if I can get as many casters as possible for that one, so I don't have to, cast alongside with someone else here, because I don't like casting. I like streaming. I like being the cameraman. Overall, though, thank you, Koala, for coming on such short notice to help me cast this match here, and I wasn't going to have to be alone for this one.
Absolutely. You're very great at what you do, sir. I would like to talk a little bit about Left to Learn and about how you can get introduced into the competitive community and pro mod.
Yep, you can find a link to Left to Learn down below. It's in my stream here. There's a tab called Left to Learn here. But as Koala mentioned, Left to Learn is just a place so you can learn to play competitively. We're supposed to be playing later tonight, but unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get enough people to sign up for tonight. So I'm not going to be able to have that running. And another thing is if you're interested in casting games, if you're interested in, being an announcer just like me or Koala here are doing right now for these Left 4 Dead 2 tournaments, feel free to add me on Steam, and we can go ahead and go through some practice runs, and I can see if you're really, really good at casting, you got the voice for it, and I can say, hey, you know what? I want you to be on my next tournament stream, to help me cast, because we are in desperate need of extra casters in the community because there are not that many.
Yes, most definitely. Shout outs to everybody watching the stream. Thank you for your continued support. It is because of you that these events keep happening. And very, very, very big thank you to everybody involved in organizing, all the tournament organizers, all of the teams, keeping up the hype. And for any questions, tips, and tricks, be sure to follow XBY on all of his social media sites. He does post a lot of YouTube videos, and he is your kind of go-to guy for the little meticulous details about this game. I very frequently say, to quote Tony Robbins, sometimes you're just like 30 millimeters off your game to being able to improve and get to that next level. There's a lot of small details about this game when transferring from vanilla to pro mod that you can just tweak a little bit here and there to kind of get you on par with being able to have your own team and competing in these tournaments. There is prize money involved, and it is a fun game to play.
Alrighty then, so I'm going to go ahead and be ending the stream here. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Ibex, and this is Koala. Thanks for co-casting again. So I'm going to go ahead and end him here. Thanks for watching.
Adios.